Hi guys, welcome back to our Wise Wings channel. My name is Maya,
And my name is Jishan.
and today we're talking about money beliefs, money stories, and how we all have different money stories, things that we believe. It could be conscious, it could be subconscious, and they're all impacted on how we deal with money and how we grow our wealth or how we save. So today we're going to be sharing some of our personal money beliefs, and you may have these, you may have similar ones, and I hope it inspires you to see, I guess, think about your own life and what's good, what's working, and what can you change to have you reach your ideal money goals or your lifestyle. So we're going to start with good money story beliefs and how it came about and how we've actually used it in our lives. So, Jishan, what's a good money story?
Well, I'll take a step back, and I'm like, what is money belief? I didn't even know there is a money belief I had. So it's just the way you think of money. Well, the first time I had to think of my money belief, I'm like, why am I doing this for? Why am I doing money belief? But I didn't even recognize that these beliefs could hold us back in life and how it stops us from taking action. So when I started to understand what money beliefs is, and by exercising, my bad one was, right? You asked me for the bad one.
Good one.
Good one, sir. Oh, okay. The good one is that what I've learned from my mom, and she's very good at that, just knowing your numbers. So understand how much you spend, where money at, how you manage your life with money. So all the ins and outs. She was very good at that. She always had good structure around money. So I've learned that from her. It's naturally me and my sister, we have that.
So you just naturally picked on. I'm just curious, did she actually say you need to be good with money and you need to do this, or you just kind of saw and copied by example?
No, she acted the first one. So she actually taught us, you need to do this, you need to make sure there's calculation. So at that time there was no spreadsheet. So she used to have a little paper in her bag, always writing where money is spending. She knew how much savings she had. So always being on top of money. She also had a bit of very future focused too. So always have money enough for bad times. Yeah, so I really like that. We picked up, and it's really create good results in my life.
Oh wow, that's cool. So if you would summarize in one sentence, what is the money belief that your mom taught you?
Money needs structure, and you need a structure around money, incoming and outgoing. So that would be explaining that in one sentence.
Yeah, okay. Cool. Yeah. Nice. That's good. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mira. So, yes, your one. What is your good one?
So, interestingly enough, I think I picked this up mainly from my mum too. And
thanks, Mom.
It is the idea of investing. And mainly for me, it's been investing in property. Mm-hmm. So, she initiated the family investing into property, buying property. And I saw that, the capital growth, the growth in the value of the property was clear. And I'm like, oh, this is cool. Like, you can buy something and not have to do much. And you make all this money. And because it's a high value investment, the growth feels bigger. And so it's not something she actually taught me, but I just saw it, and she'd talk about it a bit in general. And then I'm like, yeah, investing is good.
So as she was making the decisions, and you just see this is happening around the family.
I don't know if I saw the decision-making process, but I saw the ongoingness. And then she's like, oh, the property value in this area has gone up. I'm like, oh, wow, cool. Like in the back of my mind, it's like, this is really neat. So so that inspired me to get into property. Yeah, I reckon, because if I hadn't seen that being role modeled, and that to see that it was possible to make money from investing, I'm not sure I would have necessarily been into it, or that I wouldn't have necessarily known that was a possible pathway to build wealth and grow my money.
Correct. Thanks, Mom, again.
Yes. So to summarize, it would be like investing can grow your wealth, especially through property.
Yeah, interesting you say that. So are we sharing one negative one, right? So
Yes.
mine was the opposite of that. So I actually learned to save money. So saving money is the growth of money. So I would say that's a negative because that stopped me for a long time from investing and what's the possibility out there for money to grow. And when I first realized that, that's when realization happened when I was doing this money beliefs exercise, just to understand this is where I'm at. That's why I haven't taken any initiative to do something, because that's exactly what is. I had savings, but I didn't grow it out there. And again, it came from upbringing too. My family, they saved money, and that's the money for the future. We're going to use that money. So there was no growth, and I didn't even know that existed. So obviously I worked through it. That's when I started investing in property. Of course, the first similar to you and your mom. And I have seen how it grew. It took a bit of time, but now other investments as well. But that's where it had to change for me to take action. So the thought,
Okay.
So one-liner would be money needs to grow. Simple as that.
So what was the negative belief?
Saving money is a good thing.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
And like obviously you need to save some money.
Yes.
But what we've learned, and for our aspirations, is saving can't be the only thing you do. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely right. I do say for me, a lot of people say a lot of things, but it comes down to what works for you. So 6 months of saving, that if anything happens, you can if you want to just do nothing, 6 months money is saved, and that gives you that's enough fun for your lifestyle. That's the savings sort of I have.
Yeah. I kind of just want to add, like, the saving thing. I feel like my parents never really trained me to save. So it's not, I wouldn't tell you that saving is bad. But like, I knew that if I had a goal, then I could save. Like, it was clear. I know why I'm saving. But otherwise, I didn't really have a reason to save much. Not that I'd have no money, but it wasn't a conscious saving thing. So I wouldn't say it's negative, but it's like not something that I focus on a lot, just for me personally, about saving. I wasn't taught to save.
I can relate to that, because I didn't save also, and then the message was that you need to save.
And then,
but something shifted inside. Now I just want to save because I want to do nothing. So that drives me. But the saving the money for security did not drive it.
Yeah.
I could save for investments. That drives because of the shift too. But however, for security reason in the future, something will happen, that doesn't drive me. And I'm very, it took me a long time to understand too.
That's interesting. So what I'm seeing as we're talking is a money belief can be good or bad depending on like the reasons and what you're doing about it, what you're not doing. So saving is obviously good, but then it can get to a point where it's not good.
Yeah.
So it can flip, and it just depends on the person and how we see the world and how we interpret it. That money saying or the belief, that story.
And it's also, I've noticed, it's also changes, different stages of life. You will have different,
that's right.
Like, family, single, with partner, it's all changes over time. So it's forever evolving.
Yep, that's true. Okay.
So
onto my negative belief.
Yeah.
This was a really interesting. When I discovered doing this kind of mindset course, and it's only recently, because a lot of money stories stem from like our upbringing, right? When we were kids, and when we absorbed them, and we didn't really know we were absorbing them. But then I'm like, this story, I don't know where it came from, but I only recently discovered it in the last year, and it was that something like, I can't earn more money than my parents. And
Interesting.
that becomes limiting, especially if you want to grow your wealth. And I don't even know what was the thing. I don't even know. No one really spoke about it, but I just saw it as an example, and I'm like, hey, that resonates with me. Like, this emotional charge there. I'm like, what the? And I guess somehow, just kind of in my head, it's like my parents earned a certain amount of money. I didn't really know exactly how much they have earned, but it just seemed like a certain level that supported a certain lifestyle.
Yeah.
And then I guess I saw my lifestyle wasn't actually too much better or improved compared to them. And I think this supports that, where I thought I couldn't earn over a certain amount in a job, and then sometimes you just feel stuck, but you don't realize why, because that story could be hidden from you in a blind spot. But I'm like, I feel like you can only earn over a certain amount, and I feel like that'd be relative to what maybe one of my parents were earning, and so when I saw that, I'm like, this makes sense. Like, it kind of just makes sense. And I'm like, actually, no, I don't want that to limit me. I'm like, no, I actually want to make more than my parents, because I want to be able to do more in my life. So that was a good story, a money story, I believe, to become aware of, because now I see that I don't need to let that belief, like, even if it comes up once in a while, I don't need to let it limit me. I'm like, no, I've been telling myself I can't earn more than my parents.
Interesting, because that is not a money belief that you will normally hear. Like,
No.
It's very, and I'm glad for you that you discovered it, because it's limiting for you. And like, is that meaning that you are comparing them?
I guess subconsciously,
Yeah.
I was thinking, comparing, but it was kind of only also related to one part of finance, because they had investments that were growing, but this was probably more related to active income, and employment, where I couldn't actively earn more money than them, because it's almost like I didn't, in my immediate family, I didn't think it was possible to earn more than what they earn. So yes, I guess this is where it comes down to the importance of surrounding yourself with possibility and people who have done things that you haven't done, because you can see them accomplishing their dreams and you go, hey, that's possible for me too, if I want it. Yeah.
And if negative thoughts comes in, or somehow we are limiting our belief, because we all can do anything that we want. It's somehow there is a belief that driving us the other way.
Yeah.
That's what I feel, and I believe, and I've seen it in my life. So it is very interesting, very, very great. I love that one.
It's a really interesting one.
Absolutely.
Let us know in the comments if any of these stories resonate with you. What beliefs do you have that you're aware of, and how did you transform it? Like, we'd love to hear that as well. But yeah, like these money beliefs, it's not, this conversation is not normal. This is not, we discovered these beliefs through our personal development journey, doing like mindset related courses, and we've gone through a lot of personal transformation, personal development, to come to this point where we have tools to discover our own self-awareness when it comes to our mindset and stuff. So yeah, this isn't a normal conversation. But it's a really good conversation.
I think this is sometimes you wouldn't have this conversation with your family. So, having the friendship that we have, we are open to have that level of conversation and share our journey and understand each other at that level too. So I'm really keen to know a weirdest money belief there in your comments. So please do comment and like us, on our page. We will see you again for our next exciting video.
Yeah, thanks
for watching. Bye.
Bye.